You are not broke because you are lazy. You're not broke because you are stupid. You are broke because of something much worse, something invisible, something silent, something that runs in the background of your life every single day, and you don't even feel it happening. Right now, somewhere in America, a guy is waking up at 6 a.m. His alarm goes off. He's exhausted. He slept 4 hours because he was stress scrolling Instagram at 2 a.m. He jumps in his car, drives to his job, sits in a meeting he hates, watches $487 vanish from his account the moment his paycheck drops. Bills, subscriptions, minimum payments, and by Thursday, he's already wondering how he'll cover groceries. That is not bad luck. That is a system running perfectly against him. And here's what nobody tells you. He's not the exception. He is the majority. Most Americans are living this exact life. 78% of U.S. workers live paycheck to paycheck. Not minimum wage workers, not just teenagers, engineers, teachers, nurses, people with college degrees and solid jobs, broke by the 15th of every month. If that sounds familiar, don't look away. Because what you're about to hear will explain everything, and I mean everything. Before we go further, I need to tell you something. There is one rule, a single, almost embarrassingly simple rule that Warren Buffett has lived by his entire life. A rule that separated him from every other investor on earth. A rule so obvious, most people skip right past it. I'm not going to tell you yet. You need to understand the disease before you can appreciate the cure. But hold on to that, because when I reveal it, and I will later in this video, it is going to hit you like a truck. Don't skip ahead. If you miss it, you lose years. Now, let's talk about the silent habits. The first one is so common it feels normal. That's what makes it dangerous. It's called lifestyle creep. You got a raise? Good for you. You deserved it. So you upgraded your apartment, got a nicer car, started buying the better groceries, switched from cooking at home to DoorDash 4 nights a week. Nothing crazy, right? You can afford it. Except here's what happened. Your income went up $500 a month. Your spending went up $600 a month. You worked harder and ended up further behind. That is the trap. That is the silent killer. You raised your income, and your lifestyle ate it alive before you could save $1. Most people never notice this. They just feel vaguely tired, vaguely stuck. They can't figure out why, no matter how hard they work, the number in their bank account never really grows. This is why. And it gets worse. Because lifestyle creep doesn't just steal your money. It steals your ability to even see the problem. Your bills feel normal. Your spending feels normal. Everyone around you is doing the same thing, so you assume you're fine. You're not fine. What you actually did, without knowing it, is you built a cage that gets bigger every year, and every time the cage gets bigger, it costs more to stay inside it. Here's the second silent habit, and this one is going to sting. You are paying for your past every single month. Think about what's sitting in your credit card statements right now. That vacation from 2 years ago. That laptop you bought impulsively. That furniture you had to have. You are still paying for those moments. Every month, money leaves your account for experiences that are already gone. You are funding your past instead of building your future. The average American carries over $6,500 in credit card debt. At 22% interest, which is roughly what most major cards charge right now, that person is paying over $1,400 a year just in interest, not reducing the debt, just keeping it from growing. $1,300 a year. Gone. For nothing. Now multiply that by 10 years. That's $14,000. Vanished. To a bank that didn't need it. And the habit isn't just the debt. The habit is the thinking that created the debt. I'll figure it out later. I'll pay it off when I get my bonus. It's only a small monthly payment. These are the sentences that keep people broke, not for a year, for decades. If you're sitting there right now thinking, okay, but my situation is different. It isn't. That's the third habit, and it might be the most expensive one of all. It's called financial avoidance. You don't open your banking app. You don't look at your credit card statement until you absolutely have to. You feel a physical tightening in your chest when someone mentions budgets or savings. So you avoid it. You push it to the back of your mind. You tell yourself you'll deal with it when things calm down. Things never calm down. You know that. Financial avoidance is not laziness. It is a psychological survival mechanism. When something causes us stress, our brain tells us to look away. It's the same reason people don't go to the doctor when they feel something wrong. The fear of what they'll find is worse than the pain of not knowing. But here's the brutal truth. Ignoring your finances doesn't pause them. Your bills don't stop. Your interest doesn't stop. Your subscriptions don't stop. Every day you avoid looking, the hole gets deeper. People working 9-to-5 jobs are especially vulnerable to this. You're already exhausted. You're already overwhelmed. The last thing you want to do on a Sunday night is sit down with a spreadsheet, so you don't, and Monday comes. And the cycle continues. Now here's the part that breaks most people's hearts when they finally hear it. The cost of these habits is not just money, it's time. And time is the one thing you can never buy back. Think about this. If a 25-year-old invests $300 a month and earns a modest 8% annual return, by 65, they have over $1 million. That same person, if they wait until 35 to start, just 10 years later, ends up with less than half that. Same effort, same discipline, just a 10-year delay. That delay cost them over $500,000. $500,000, not because they were reckless, not because they made some catastrophic mistake, just because they were stuck in these silent habits for 10 years longer than they needed to be. This is what nobody puts on a billboard. This is what your school never taught you. This is what the banks don't want you calculating. And the worst part? Most people don't even know they're losing this race. They're too busy surviving to look up and see where they're headed. You feel it though, don't you? That low-level anxiety that hums in the background. The weird guilt when you spend money on something fun. The dread every time a big bill comes. That quiet panic when you think about retirement and realize you have almost nothing saved. That feeling has a name. It's called financial stress. And 60% of Americans report it as their number one source of stress, above health, above relationships, above everything. And it is not random. It is not bad luck. It is the result of these exact silent habits running on autopilot day after day, year after year. But here's what I need you to hold on to right now. What I'm about to tell you. What Warren Buffett figured out decades ago, it changes the entire equation. Not by working harder, not by making more money, by understanding something so fundamental, so overlooked, that most people walk past it every single day. I'm almost ready to tell you, but first you need to understand one more thing about why these habits stick, why they're so hard to break, even when you know they're hurting you. Because if you skip this part, the Buffett rule won't make sense, and you'll go back to your old life, and you'll forget you ever heard any of this. Stay with me, because we are right at the edge of everything changing. Here's why these habits don't break on their own. Your brain was not designed for modern money. Seriously, think about it. Your brain evolved to solve immediate problems. A predator nearby, no food today, danger right now. It was built to respond to what it can see, touch, and feel in this moment. Retirement is 30 years away. Your brain cannot genuinely feel that as a threat. The credit card bill feels fine right now because you can't physically feel next month's interest compounding. The subscription you forgot about doesn't trigger alarm bells because it's just $12.99. Your brain writes it off as insignificant. This is called present bias, and it is the silent engine behind every bad financial habit you have. You are not weak. You are not undisciplined. You are running ancient software in a modern financial world, and nobody ever gave you the update. Your bills keep rising, and your ancient brain keeps choosing comfort right now over security later every single time, because that is literally what it was designed to do, and the system around you was built to exploit that perfectly. Every app on your phone is designed by some of the smartest people on earth to get you to spend money right now. One-click purchase, buy now, pay later, limited time offer, flash sale ending in 14 minutes. These are not accidents. These are psychological triggers. engineered specifically to hijack your present bias and pull money out of your future. Most Americans never stand a chance, not because they're foolish, because they're fighting billion-dollar systems with zero training. Now here's where it shifts, because everything I've told you so far is the problem, and the problem has a solution, one that Warren Buffett understood so deeply it became the foundation of his entire financial life. Are you ready? Because this is it. Buffett calls it the single greatest financial decision a person can make. And he did not say that about stocks. He did not say that about real estate. He said it about this. Pay yourself first. That's it. 3 words. And I know, your first reaction is, that's obvious. But stay with me, because you are not doing it. And there's a reason why. Most people have a financial order that looks like this. Income comes in, bills get paid, food and gas get covered. Whatever's left, if there's anything left, maybe gets saved. Buffett flips that completely. Income comes in. A percentage is saved immediately, before any bill is paid, before any grocery run, before any decision is made. The saving happens first. Non-negotiable. Automatic. Like paying a bill to your future self before anyone else gets a cent. This is not a trick. This is a total rewiring of the system. When saving is the last thing you do, it never happens. There's always something else. Always a reason. Always an emergency. When saving is the first thing you do, everything else adjusts around it. People working 9-to-5 jobs who implement this, even at just 10% of their paycheck, start building momentum they've never felt before. Not because they're suddenly making more money, because the order changed. The identity changed. They stopped being someone who tries to save what's left. They became someone who saves first, lives on the rest. That mental shift is worth more than any raise you'll ever get. Now here are the steps. Simple, clear. Start today. Step 1. Automate the saving. Set up an automatic transfer the day your paycheck hits to move a fixed amount into a separate savings or investment account. Don't touch it. Don't think about it. Make it invisible. Even $50 matters. Even $25. The amount is not the point right now. The habit is the point. You are training your brain to treat your future self as a priority. Step 2. Kill the bleeds. Go through every single subscription you pay for right now. Not from memory. Actually open your bank statement. Most people discover 3 to 5 subscriptions they forgot about entirely. Cancel the ones you don't use actively. That might free up $80, $100, $150 a month. Take that money and redirect it directly into the savings you just automated. You didn't make less money. You just stopped bleeding it out invisibly. Step 3. Stop funding your past. Pick one debt, the highest interest rate one, almost always a credit card, and attack it with everything you just freed up. Not the minimum payment, as much as you can push toward it. The moment that card hits 0, you will feel a physical shift in your body. That interest money is now yours again every month. Redirect it, stack it, keep going. Step 4. Raise your financial floor. This is the one most people skip, and it costs them everything. Build a $1,000 emergency fund before you do anything else. $1,000 sitting in an account. Not invested, just sitting there. Why? Because without it, every single unexpected expense, a car repair, a medical bill, a broken phone, goes right back onto a credit card, and you restart the cycle from 0. The emergency fund is not a luxury. It is the wall that breaks the cycle. Get to $1,000 as fast as possible, then $2,000, then 3 months of expenses. Every dollar in that fund is a dollar of protection against going backward. These 4 steps are not complicated. They are not glamorous. They will not go viral on TikTok, but they are the exact foundation that financial freedom is built on. Every single person who escaped the paycheck-to-paycheck trap used some version of these steps. Now, here's the truth about fear of retirement. One of the deepest fears most Americans carry silently. People don't talk about it at the dinner table, but at 2 a.m., lying awake, they think about it. What if I can't retire? What if I'm 70 and still need to work? What if I run out of money before I run out of life? That fear is real, and it is valid, because the math is brutal if you wait too long. But here is what I need you to understand right now. The gap between where you are and where you need to be is closable. Not easy, not fast, but absolutely closable. The people who close it are not geniuses. They are not lucky. They are the ones who stopped waiting for the right moment. They stopped waiting for a raise, a windfall, a better month. They started now, with whatever they had, and they did not stop. That is the entire formula. Most people never learn this. They stay stuck in the silent habits. They keep avoiding. They keep creeping. They keep funding their past. And 20 years from now, they look back and realize the cost was not just money. It was options, freedom, peace, the ability to say no to a job you hate, the ability to help your kids without going broke, the ability to wake up on a Monday morning and choose how you spend your day. That is what money actually is. It is not the cars or the vacations. It is choices. And right now, these silent habits are stealing your choices one day at a time. You felt it when you started watching this. That quiet recognition, that low hum of, "This is me." That is not an accident. That is your life trying to tell you something. 9 to 5, burnout is real. Inflation pressure is real. The exhaustion of watching your bills rise while your paycheck barely moves, that is real. And it is not your fault that no one taught you this, but it is your responsibility to change it. Starting right now, today, not next month, not when you get your tax refund, not after the holidays. Today, open your bank app, look at your subscriptions, set up one automatic transfer, even $20. Do it before you go to bed tonight. Because every day you wait, the math gets harder, the gap gets wider, the time lost cannot be recovered. You now know what most people never figure out. You know the habits. You know why they exist. You know the Buffett rule. You know the steps. The only question now is whether you act on it. And if you do, if you actually start today, something will shift, slowly at first, then fast, faster than you think possible. But here's the thing, fixing these habits is only the beginning, because right now, quietly, without you noticing, there is one more mistake destroying your finances. Something deeper than habits, something wired into the way you think about money at the most fundamental level. And if you fix everything we talked about today, but you ignore this one hidden mistake, you will lose it all again. Every bit of progress gone. Do you want to know what it is? Click the next video right now. Because if you walk away with half the answer, and half the answer in finance costs you everything.